Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Today we are donning the Norwegian livery. We're at Trondheim, Airsoft Trondheim, flying across Orbex, Norway into the photoreal and into the photoreal and autogen of FC scenery that covers Sweden, and we're going all the way to Skellefteå, which is some freeware developer who's created that. And the aircraft we're flying is, of course, the Leonardo MD-82. And this is actually not a fictional livery, since I know everyone would kind of think of Norwegian as a Boeing airliner. But they have had other ones, like the Fokker, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the Fokker at least. And then they've had the MD-82 for a very short while. I think that was some acquisition or similar. But we'll fly that. Thought it would be fun, a bit of a different one. And yeah, short flight, a pretty good one. And as you can see now, when I got the boarding, we got the passenger here on the jetways. That's pretty cool. A very nice feature. It's a very nice airport, this one, the Trondheim one. I'm actually surprised. Oh yeah, here's my banner for the video that I took a bit earlier. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that the Airsoft haven't, for more sceneries, kind of incorporated this nice feature with the people walking down. Let me see if I can show you it from a better perspective. I don't have the best chase plane profiles, never had time to set those up. You should though do it, it's worth it, it's like with X-Plane. But you can see the people walking down here, and then with GSX. The GSX kind of connection isn't that good though. It's a bit weird when they walk down there, or they walk like from the top of the roof here down. It's odd. But you can of course fix that with the GSX, with getting a nice GSX profile. But yeah, not much else. I'm gonna get started. I already tried to do this flight once. I managed to burn both engines on pushback, so I'm gonna make sure I don't do that. I think I somehow managed to screw up the startup procedure. It happens sometimes, but it's mostly when I'm not paying attention. This aircraft is, you gotta be cautious with it. You know, approach it carefully. I guess that's what I would say to myself when I'm approaching my wife as well, but I think this is kind of how you have to approach this one. It's a delicate beast, a delicate mad dog. But yeah, let's get going. Batteries goes first. I'll do all of these for the external connection. I don't think though we can. Well, let's do it like this instead. I'll connect the ground power unit. Yes, please connect the GPU if you can. And we should get it very shortly. I was thinking of doing a US flight since it's the US election today, but I couldn't come up with anything fun. I don't have as many airports in the US, right? So that's a big problem. Let's do the windshield, the start pump. We should do the light test. But first we can open the relevant doors. And then we should switch here to the PA. And then we should go to put that to on. And let's check if we have the right weight. I'm gonna go to this one. Yeah, we don't have. We need to do the load manager. Oh, I hate the load manager. It's not my friend always. Okay, so let's see. And it's a separate tool, right? So that's still no loading. Could be, of course, that it wants to. Or maybe it was the wrong aircraft. Is this the SCRDR? Yeah, so that was probably why. Okay, let's see now if I do Okay, I should have it loaded now, so I'm quickly gonna go and check fuel and payload. Still nothing. I don't know why it... Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't want to work. Let me try to load the SimReef flight plan. I think I can go edit flight. Let me see if there's any changes to it. I don't think so. It looks to be the same. Approach, same runways. I'll generate it. I'm also gonna upload it again to pilot to ADC. Because you know there can always be some changes. And then I'm gonna download it as a Mad Dog ACOS. Sorry you're not seeing this now, it's just I want to make sure if I can get this to work. There we go. No luck still. Okay, maybe if I add some cargo. Any luck now? No. Okay, I'm gonna check again, save and exit. Yet. The fuel is right though, so it could just be that you need to finish the boarding, right, to get that that up. That is a potential, but I'm just gonna make sure, just gonna try it again. I am not really that, I haven't flown this one as much as I would want to. So let's see, wait, my mouse has now messed up a bit, and I'm just gonna go here. You have to select the aircraft, then we import the flight plan. I just do it through downloads. Did we get the flight plan now? Yes, so it's a bit different. Okay, there we go. Now it's been updated. Okay, so it's probably waiting for the boarding. That makes sense, I guess. We'll start the boarding. I'll also do it through GSX. Requesting boarding. You can sync it with GSX, but I haven't done that, at least not this time. We'll do PAC-X as well. I think it's EVNA, right? No, ENVA. ENVA, god. Me getting overconfident here. We'll board the crew. It's not too long of a time to set everything up, so we can just... now I don't remember my flight number, of course. I will just do 222. We're going 27,000, 2 hours. Let's do 1 hour and 5. We're flying the MD-82. Let's do a bit less than 100. We can do 86. Boarding music. We have Norwegian for all of this safety as well. Norwegian. So we can start that. Let's see, can we see any passengers yet? Do we see any vehicles with I guess they're coming with the baggage. We can open the engines like this as well if we want. The cowling or the kind of protective layer surrounding the engine. Let's see how many AI aircraft. We only have a Fokker 50F, so that's probably this this one here. What's that? Is that Amapola? I think so, Amapola, right? They have a few Fokker 50s, probably bought them from SAS when they stopped using them. Now I'm just guessing though, but this one has not been updated. but now it has. There we go. Our takeoff weight. Let me see, I feel like this is too high. The fuel is correct, but not the rest of the weight. I'll have to check that before we push back. Light should go on. I'll put on the TCAS already, so we don't have to. Oh, we don't have to move that. Do that. One thing also to mention: this is a Microsoft Flight Sim livery originally, so it's not a P3D one. It's not the best looking livery, but it's you know, I really wanted the Norwegian MD, so I took the Microsoft one, flipped the DDS files, and then you have it working in P3D. I think you can do the same for the Just Flight BAE 146 and the TFDI MD-11. As long as there's not like huge changes to the texture, you can do it that way. I haven't found any other aircraft where you can do the same, but at least for this one you can. Let's remove that caution. Start pump is on. PA volume. You can reset that. I think you should have the ram air on the ground. I think the landing altitude was like... Well, let me double check so we get that information correct from the get-go. 123. So something like that. And then we can go to the destination 1014294. Yeah, maybe raise it a bit. We can also do the same here at the departure. No, nothing available. 1024. Okay, so quite a high pressure. Looks like we have some overcast or broken, but I guess it goes to overcast with some of my settings. The standby one should also then be raised up to 1024. Anything else we need to do? Don't think here. I think things looked reasonably correct here within the limitations. So performance would be the next thing. We don't need to start APU. We can though get going with the CDU. I'm gonna remove the joystick for temporarily at least. There's no INSs to align, so that does make our job easier. We'll just take the GPS position fast like that. Then we'll write the departure and the arrival airports. We're taking off from runway 09. And we are going to need to lower my volume a bit. And we are going to Skellefteå, but let's do the departure and arrival first. Departure 09, and it's Sulk 1A. That's the route. And then have a few airways. T41 is the first one to Lukic. And then our second one is T400 to Tuji. Then a direct to Sopli. And we can from here also do our arrival. There's no stars, so it's just ILS 28. Trans with Sopli. And then we have a route with no discontinuities. So straightforward. Let's put this already on the legs. Interesting actually that these buttons aren't pressed down when you press here. That's a bit of a bummer. Just I mean, I don't really care, but would be cool if there was some, if it was showcased, right, some animation. We'll activate this and execute, and then we'll go this one, 27,000. Let me have a look at our flight plan. 299er 024. Dew point is 1. Fuel schedule 13.9/A. A zero fuel weight of 1071. And reserves of 2.7. And then we have the takeoff. So quite quick to set this up. We haven't used the A-cars or anything like that, but yeah, that is possible to use. Okay, let's see if we are. Okay, so the gross weight is changing, so it is connected to the boarding, which is super cool and good for me to know as well. The airport, and I love this pad because it's like, it reminds me of my old iPad that I have, or used to have. I sold it back in the day. Okay, variables, we'll just do the middle from 000 to 360. So 1822. 7 degrees, it's not warm out there. QNH, we'll do that. Anti-ice off, I think. Packs on. Takeoff weight, we should have that as well. 120.2, and then we can calculate. Flap 6.5. Okay, so it does give us the flap. Selected temp, V1, all these. Yeah, okay, perfect. I'll already do the flex takeoff. Or what's the selected temp? Temp was 50. Okay. So this should give us the EPR when we hit the EPR button here. We'll do the flight directors with those on. I'll also do this one. Let me see, here's our, we need to connect to the sim, I'll do that in a jiffy very shortly. I'm just gonna insert all of these, very quick to do. There we go. Connect. Swap from ADIS to ground. Did it work? No? What's ground? 1216. 1216. There we go. Norwegian 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. Just remember I didn't file the flight plan. Damn it. Norwegian 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay, so we are cleared to 6,000 feet, squawk 4053. Okay, 6,000 feet. And you need to remember with this one that you have to arm it as well. So we have that. And then it was 4053. 4053. And we'll keep this on already just so I don't forget. I'll also do the trim so I don't forget to do that.
Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 3 minutes after departure.
Maybe we can also arm this one. I just do some of these things a bit earlier, even though I'm not sure you would do that by normal ops, but just saves me some time. We can do the loops test for the fire. Fire right engine. Okay. Sounds good. Anything else to check? Oxygen regulators. Looks good. Old school oxygen, I guess that's cool. Oh, we even have these windows at the top, didn't even think of those. Anything else we need to... Oh yeah, and then we have these mirrors, right? Are those for the compass? Something like that, right? Norwegian 4003, ready for pushback. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that already. I will also start the APU. Let's see if we get... Yeah. Okay, we'll do the smoking. I think the boarding is complete.
See what we can do. No promises.
How much do we have left? I'm just gonna check quickly the boarding. 1 minute.
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
Well, maybe I do need something. Damn flight attendants not obeying the authority of the captain. Nah, but I let's see, 131. I'm always a bit of a hassle in PACX, always asking them. So 313746. 1137. Oh, and the attitude I get back from them. Oh no. Instant karma, right? Getting 37 and a 146, I presume. Yeah. You can always also get them here, right? If I am... Yeah, there we go, takeoff data. Then you can tweak the takeoff weight, I think, like this. So let's say it's that, and then you can see and verify that it does seem quite reasonable. All speeds, we can even raise it a bit. Okay, it looks good. We can... we'll start with the jetway, just undock that. But first, before we do that, we should of course close the... Oh, did they close that for us? How kind. So we'll undock the jetway. Does that make the passengers leave? Or do they stay there? Maybe they stay there. We'll ask for the pushback truck. No de-icing. I'm not gonna wait. You can't stop me, guys. Let's see, we have the APU. We'll do these ones. The center ones are not needed. Put on the buses. Air conditioner. Not sure if we need the fuel heat. It's not that cold, right? I'm gonna ready things. We need the pneumatic levers to be up and about. Anything else? We need to set this one to something reasonable. Oh, that was cool, opening the door there for the vehicle to come out. Yeah, it's a very nice scenery actually, this one. We'll do 230. We'll have a nice takeoff towards here, towards the mountains. Look at that weather. Looks pretty good. From below, this doesn't look that bad actually. Maybe a bit too cinematic, but it's okay. Could be worse. Let's see what else. We have the flight plan. We should of course double check that, but no time for that. We'll do nose right, tail left. Anything else we need to do? Nope. I will then hope to God that we don't crash and burn with the engines. Oh, we need to disconnect those. I'll put galleon so I don't forget that. we need to disconnect. Wait, is there? Is there supposed to be a vehicle here? GSX gone. GSX gone silent on me, or not silent, but gone hidden. Oh, there we go. It was probably just hidden by that. Interesting, though. Nevertheless. Okay, let me just put back. They want us to wait with the start, but we're not gonna obey them. Norwegian 4003, ready for engine start. Just wanted to try that. Engine start approved.
Engine start approved. Norwegian 4003.
External power access door. Let me see, maybe if I shut these. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, let's start the engines. Okay, we're getting that up. Let's add the fuel. I need to continue with the start. Let's see that we get a good engine start with N1 values over 20. Yeah, they're parking us somewhere odd. Not 100% sure about this, but let's see. Okay, that looks good. The start looks good. We'll deny that. We can confirm the engine start. I'll start the left engine. Norwegian 4003, ready to taxi.
Norwegian 4003 taxi to runway 09 via taxiways Yankee 1, Alpha 1, hold short runway 09. Taxi to runway 09 via taxiways Yankee.
Okay, let's see if we can
Yankee
get the second or
Alpha
the left
1,
engine started.
hold short runway 09 Norwegian 4003.
There we go. Let's just have a look quickly that that things are starting off as they should. Emergency lights not armed. There we go. And let's see that we get these ones somewhat aligned. I do have failures on, right? So there's always a risk. Pray to God it doesn't happen. And look at that, a SAS aircraft landing. An A320-200. With the old livery. Very beautiful, the AIG models. Just amazingly nice. Okay, we are ready. Taxi clearance. Flap for takeoff. Can you set these? It said something like 6.5, but is that this flap, right? So if this was 6 point... Oh yeah, we need to set these, right? I think I forgot that in my last video. So this one, flap to takeoff, select. .5, good. We have the flap setting. What was our CG though? I think we can see it on our weight and balance, right? 15. Okay, so you can see we should have a different, quite a different trim. You see, learning new things all the time here. I'm not as well versed as I would want to be. We'll arm the speed brake with this aircraft, but it is a nice aircraft, of course. Cabin is
We're
ready for
prepared for takeoff.
departure. Okay, let's make sure we do this now correctly. We can put the supply on. We'll shut the air supply. Put those on auto. We don't need the buses, so let's shut those. We don't need the APU master, so let's shut that one. We don't need the start pump anymore. We can go off with the ignition. We have that to take off flex set. Okay, it looks pretty good apart from where they put us. But this is doable. We're probably gonna crash into that A320 once we taxi. Okay, I'm gonna release the parking brake. Let's see, pneumatic levers are down. They're down, right? Yeah, they look down. Let's have a look here. I think these ones should go on, if I'm not mistaken. And then here, this looks correct. Oh, and we are already taxing on idle thrust. So let's turn a bit here. Let's add a bit of N1. One other thing is, because I did some tests with this one just for the fun of it, is that you really need to be careful with the thrust, right? You can't just slam it down, you'll flame out both engines. Don't do that. Learn from someone who tried that and failed. Oh, we're not gonna crash into it. Nice, the SAS one turned to the side. That's good. Lucky us. Let's keep an eye on anti-ice. That could be an issue up here. It's getting colder. It's definitely gonna be minus degrees. Depends, I guess, if we're in the clouds and that sort of things. Anything else? Taxi lights should be on. I guess this is the taxi lights. The nose lights. Flight directors are on. We need to have nav on. If we wanna fly with VNAV. Yeah, what's the option for VNAV there? VNAV. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's see. And we are now... Oh, look at that. Radisson Blue. Yeah, that's a very common hotel chain up here. Some weird artifacts around these. I don't know why I get these things when I have the True Sky on. True Sky ain't playing ball. I get them around the window here as well, I notice now. Let me see. P3D, True Sky, weird outlines objects. Who knows? Something off. Seems like they haven't fixed that. We'll live with it for now. Let's think a bit. So we'll do our takeoff. We have the trims, the flaps. We have everything set off relatively correctly. Probably with some exceptions. Let's see. Ooh, we can taxi all the way out. Let's use all of the runway just to make sure, and because it's gonna give us a nice view, right? So yeah, here we have the nice Norwegian. Guess you wouldn't call this countryside, but the seaside. Let's see, the brake pressure seems to be working. Let's bring this one Full forward. Full back. Looks to be working. So that's good. And let's turn to the right here. The thing I'm mostly concerned about is the landing, because I botched that one so often with this one. Or not botch it, but it's not the most beautiful landing.
Have a good morning. Tower on 133.75 Norwegian 4003.
Let's put the probe down, the landing lights. Norwegian 4003, ready for takeoff.
Norwegian 4003 winds are 126 and 4 knots, cleared for takeoff. Runway 09 squawk.
Yeah, clear for takeoff. Now we're talking.
Cleared for takeoff. 09 squawking 4053 Norwegian.
And one thing we
4003.
shouldn't forget is the weather radar. Just gonna make sure we have the power on. Now we have weather radar and terrain. We have a VRR fail, but I guess that's just because we haven't selected anything for the VOR. Yeah, we are on the right runway 09, nothing to the left. Doesn't seem like anything to the right. I mean, we're taking off in the direction the AI aircraft seems to be landing from. So hopefully we don't run into any problems. But let's see. Okay. Okay, let's be careful. We will push up now, as we are ready for. So we'll gently push this up. Hit the EPR limiter. Or is there something else we should hit? Oh, we need to probably do auto throttle, then EPR. Sorry about that. Small mistake. 8 knots cross check. Nice sound effects. Don't know why you want to change the V1. Rotate. We have a positive rate of climb. I'm gonna hide this for now just so we can see. Or I'm just gonna keep it. We do have this one we can use. Is the gear up? The gear is coming up now. Okay. We'll go to VNAV.
Gear up, lights out.
So we have climb mode. We'll go to flap 0, and there we lost the beautiful surroundings.
Climb to flight level 110.
We'll go to
radar
climb
director
on the EPR limiter.
119.5 Norwegian 4003.
There was actually a really good video from Mentor Pilot about an accident with the, I think it was with the MD-82, and about like how they were flying quite, they were cruising at altitude and trying to go higher, but then they couldn't do that if they had anti-ice on, and then they were kind of falling behind the aircraft to such an extent that in the end it crashed. But it was very interesting. Let's see, nose lights can go off. Let's put the barrow to standard.
Contact radar director on 119.15
And do
Norwegian
the same
4003.
with the
Center on 118.55. Take care Norwegian 4003.
okay, they're changing, that's good.
Center Norwegian 4003 climbing to flight level 110.
Are we getting higher climb clearances? Oh, 110, we did get higher, okay. I just missed that completely. Okay, but they don't want us to yet climb that high, okay. or the VNAV at least doesn't. Okay. Shouldn't we be getting, why is it on level off? Climb, there we go. Okay, we're climbing again. I am doing this manually now, just because I wanna get a feel of the aircraft a bit. Even though we're flying in through IFR conditions, seeing basically nothing. And because this is a absolutely astonishing aircraft, the MD-82 by Leonardo. I'm thinking of actually flying this quite a lot in my near or in my upcoming videos. Maybe this one and the TriStar. Thinking of doing like, not like a theme, but just flying, you know, more specific aircrafts more. Just so I can learn kind of the smaller details. It still looks good. We haven't yet passed the, but it looks like we're passing the cloud layer, or we're breaking through it. It's quite a deep one, around 6,000 feet, or maybe not the deepest, but deep enough. Deep enough. Let's see. Since we're coming out of the layer, we can also remove the seatbelt sign. We're coming up on 10,000 feet.
Climb to
190.
Norwegian 4003.
Gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices.
Okay, they want us to increase our speed. Okay, now it looks pretty good. And I'm gonna do autopilot on. One thing that I suggest is removing the thing that you can just with your controls remove the autopilot. Just because, even though it's not realistic, but just because it's so easy. Otherwise, you know, I've gone away, take some drink, and then whoop, the autopilot was somehow disconnected. So just a word of caution. Okay, we have about 300 nautical miles, so it's not that short of a flight. It looks very good actually, the surrounding clouds now. So this is actually really nice to fly. Almost I'm wondering if this should be my banner. I think I will do this as my banner. I liked it enough. That looks pretty good. Considering it's true sky clouds. Not the best out there, but not the worst either. We'll remove the speed brake. This one is, we'll put that on medium already so we don't forget to do that later. In terms of ice, do we expect ice? And I mean, it just gives me like the jitters watching like this wing. It's just very beautifully done by Mad Dog. I think they do their texture really well. And they are so good on the frames, so I don't think they need to do more. I mean, it's always a balance. I think frames should win over texture niceness. Whoop whoop whoop, shaky behind the engines. But yeah, this is a true beauty of an aircraft. Turning down. Yeah, it looks very nice actually, the cloud. I think I picked the wrong time though to try the true sky. It would be interesting to see the true sky clouds with more variety with cumulus and those. But I mean, summer is finito. Let's see, do we get higher clearances? Flight level 190. We're climbing very slowly. Is it because of the EPR? We are on climb EPR. Is something... Oh, I know. Jesus, I'm very sorry, guys. I just forgot one thing. So, with the Mad Dog,
Slats to trap.
I have the issue that with my Honeycomb Bravo, I can't retract the slats with that for some reason. It's like a separate step I need to do. So be cautious with that. If you're noticing bad climb performance, it's usually related to that. And it's not that bad, like in this kind of a short flight, but if you do a long one and you know, and that stays on, you're creating drag and you might have issues, right? Fuel and that sort of things. So let's see, I'm also gonna put this one already because we are gonna be getting up there. I'm gonna add VNav. Don't know why it moved away from VNav. And let's see, looks like we have a really nice overcast. Or good enough. Looks a bit like pancake and waffles down here, but let's not look down. What's this? Electronic aircraft technical log. No history, no deferred defects. We can add the in-op items. This is so cool. I mean, this is what you should. Because I have a lot of aircraft in my fleet. But you should just pick a few that you fly for a certain time, right? And then you can get all these in-op items. You can, you know, maybe fly career with the Lockheed Constellation. I can thoroughly recommend doing things like that. Let's see. Still climbing. VNav. What is it, VNav? That's... Or this one maybe change.
270 Norwegian 4003.
Okay, 270. We got the climb clearance. I'm gonna make sure we get there. Maybe I'll fly this one and the Coolski Classic, just because I love the fact with the old school system and that one, even though I hate the 2D overhead panel. Well, I don't hate the 2D, but it's so bad the texture wise. Let me see if there's any. Would be nice. You can make that yourself, right? But I'm just not the best at doing that. Okay, let's see if we have any news on the election that's going on. Okay, we're starting to get in votes from Kentucky and Indiana. This will be very interesting. It will be an interesting election for sure. If it's Trump, I do hope that he has. If it's Trump that wins, I do hope he has some good plans for the Ukraine stuff and just doesn't, you know, turn and let Putin have his way with him. That's my biggest fear. The eternal American politics can stay with the Americans, but yeah, that's the reason I think why the U.S. elections are really, you know, engaging so many people, because it doesn't affect just the US, right? It affects the whole world. So very interesting to see. I still remember, because I started watching it when it was between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama back in 2012, and I still remember the Trump win. Such a bizarre moment, right? Because nobody was expecting it. And I usually watch Fox News because I like their kind of election maps and stuff. You know, they have a kind of good way of showcasing it, even though I can see why some people wouldn't watch Fox News. It's a lot of garbage, but they were even shocked when Trump won back in 2016, so that was very interesting. Okay, let's see, 24,000, looks pretty good. We're reaching our altitude. Don't think we have icing conditions, but who knows? Could be wrong, could be right. We are following the VNAV. Let's put a bit of range, top of climb, top of descent is, well, quite some ways to go. Let's make sure we have everything set up. We can already start thinking a bit of the landing in terms of inserting, for example, the decision height, which is 263. This is such a cool aircraft though. I always forget how much I like the setup with analog and digital. It's like the Avro, the BAE or the RJ, Avro RJ, right? In terms of the ILS, it's 109.5 with a course of 276. I've never flown to this airport though, so keep that in mind. This looks really good, even though you can see that it's quite constructed in a way. You know, you can see some bumps, so this is actually really well done. This config file is growing on me actually. Let me know if you want me to share it. I'll happily send you the link for that, or upload it myself. Okay, let's see, stabilizer motion. We're getting there now. So we're leveling off. And what we can change to is cruise. Still leveling off. So we got a different EPR setting. Oh no, now the overcast disappeared on us. And now we're above Sweden, it seems. Let's see if we have trees and stuff. The autogen isn't the best with the FS scenery packages up north. That little lake here looks very nice though here. I'm gonna check quickly what the weather will be. No clouds. Okay, I'll take that. Good. I will leave you to enjoy the views for a bit. There's no rush to be back yet. Let me just see. Maybe the other side will be nicer. But yeah, see you soon. You're the captains now. Until I'm back at least. The captain has returned. Let's see, what are we looking at? A situation of 145 nautical miles left. 2 minutes to our top of the ascent. About 20 minutes to our destination. Fuel looks okay. Small imbalance between left and right, but nothing crazy. Everything else looks fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. Why do we have all these failure? I don't even know. Let me check if we have any. I don't think we should have any failures. Oh, here you can choose. I think you should be able to see also. I don't know. Let's pay some attention to these I don't think that means it's a failure. God, at these moments you really should have like a manual. Would be nice to have one of those really thick, you know, Boeing manuals or McDonnell Douglas manuals with like all the steps you should take. And actually we forgot about the lights. Need to remove those. Okay, they want us to start descending already, but we are not gonna do that. So this was the top of descent from pilot to ADC. I'm gonna remove this for now, just so I can see a bit better. 40 nautical miles left. 2,500 feet, and what I wanna check is that that's the final one. So if I now start tweaking here, and we go down to 2,500. Oh, look at that, the clouds changed a bit. What do we have now? Pancakes, waffles. Oh, this one wasn't the best. This config file, it's I'm still not sure about the non coverage ones. It does have this weird kind of pancake shapes, but let's see. God, I'm flip-flopping right between, oh, I like this, oh, it looks pancake, it looks waffles. I'll have to make a decision if I try the Active Sky one just for a while. Maybe try some other config files out there. Let's see. Okay, let's see, can we see here on our descent any informations, transition altitudes, forecast, that's probably for weather. Let me check. Policy, what's that? Oh, that's okay, if you want to make some changes, right? We don't need to do that. Let's see, progression should give us the info we need. Seven nautical miles to Turgi, 61 to Sopli, 107 to the airport itself. What's the missed approach? Well, it's basically straight ahead to 1,500, turn left to SKA, climb it to 2,500. So we're basically turning a left approach right towards the VOR near the airport. Okay. That's gonna be fine, I hope. These documents though, my text documents, is these... I assume that these are things you could populate yourselves. So the question is, can you do that on the fly, or do you have to set that in as you go? So my document, I do have some PDFs in that. Why aren't they showing up? Let's have a look at the... So this one, oh, there's a list, other manuals. And that's a picture. Oh, it's pictures. No, 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 no. No. God damn it. I hate that when it's pictures instead of being... I'm gonna try it out though. See if we can... So if I would want this airport to be a picture, for example. Oh no, I don't want to do a sniping tool. I want to keep my banner. Okay, I'm not gonna be tweaking that anymore. Sorry, let me just close. I didn't want to check if I could add document here. Wasn't meant to happen, unfortunately. Okay, we'll start our descent. Let me switch. Let me just check if there's anything else we need to do. Transition altitude, right? 5,000, right? Yeah, Sweden, that's usually 5,000. And let's see if we're gonna be ready to press that Vina button. Or actually, maybe it's sufficient if we just pull it in. So that's arms it, but then we need... I'm just gonna check what happens at the top of descent. Oh, and now we lost the clouds. Well, yeah, look at this beautiful beautiful Sweden. And we're flying our beautiful Norwegian. Are we pitching down yet? Doesn't look too good. Not the best cabin in this one. But we're still not at the top of descent. So we can enjoy some views still a bit. Quite nice. Bit dirty there, I guess that's the APU. Let's switch sides. Let's see how good the cockpit is from the exterior. I'm guessing very simple. Yeah, very simple. But sufficient. Yeah, it's a beautiful aircraft, the MD-82. It's not gracious. Looks like we are pitching down. Yeah, we are pitching down. Now we're talking. It's not gracious maybe in the way that some other aircrafts are, like the Constellation, but it's just somehow, you know, aesthetically kind of nicely put together, I would say. It's quite, it feels, you know, like short wings, quite a long fuselage. An interesting one in the sense that it's like a big narrow body with engines at the back. Try to think what other narrow bodies. We have the older ones, right, with more engines, 727s, those kind of aircraft that have the same kind of setup, but we don't really have any newer. I mean, Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, they are all doing the engines at the front. The A220, the C series Bombardier, also the same. Gonna be a sad world when all of these are like retired. Or sad world, but it will be a different world. Let me see, sorry, I'm just closing some text documents I had open. And checking. We had 2 air traffic controllers open at the same time from AIG. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this I was looking at my system specs. Okay, let's see, we're going down to 20,000. It's handling it really well. This is what I love with these kind of aircraft. They are just absolute, or this kind of aircraft. The developers of this aircraft, they're just absolute, I mean, machines in the sense of the fidelity they've gotten in and how you can kind of trust the aircraft to an extent that might not otherwise be possible. Okay, so we are getting down slowly and steadily. I hope we won't be able to, or I hope we won't need to use the speed brake, so I'm gonna arm that already. Hopefully that shouldn't be a problem, but let's see once we get around 10,000 and we need to actually slow down quite a bit. I'm not descending that fast though. Still a bit of time. Actually, performance, landing, that was the one we were supposed to do. Okay, so landing performance. ESNS, and we should have done this already, but my mistake. 270 at 9. Outside air, oh it was the same, it was 7. I can add ref 5, 28 flaps. Let's go with full config. QNH 1014. Yes, reverse, manual, max, medium. Let's go with medium. Our landing weight 114.
Cleared for the ILS approaching runway 28 with the complete transition Norwegian 4003.
Actual landing distance. What's the distance we have available for us? We should have enough, right? Right? I mean, it's 2,520 meters. Let's see, 2,520 meters in feet. So that's 8,300 feet. Yeah, we're fine. What's the V ref 130 about, give or take? Let's go here on the performance for the approach. Yeah, 130. Let's aim for 130. That should be good enough. Landing data. Okay, we're speeding up a bit. Let's see if we'll level off once we get closer to 10,000. Let's also have a look quickly on the legs page. We're still very much aligned, maybe a bit tight here at the end actually, if we're gonna slow down as well. Hopefully it should be fine. Let's see if we can find the airport. I'll move this away so we don't get distracted. Actually, we can close this one for now. So here we go. Some clouds that doesn't seem to have been removed from the photo reel, but alright, alright. Okay, we're reaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights coming on. And let me just see if they are dropped down. Maybe it's these ones, right? Here at the tip. So I assume if we... Let me do this one. Now it's retracted. That's cool. That's really nice with animation. 50 points to Leonardo. We seem to be able to very nicely get on our on the kind of descent. I mean, this plane is really making sure we don't fall behind it. I think we can't arm this before we have the gear down, so that's good to be aware of. In terms of the landing, gonna be interesting. Just want to make sure I come down in the middle, land quite stable, get the nose down, and yeah, hopefully that will do the trick. But let's see. Okay, so we'll be now going out a bit, going a bit of a half circle in, and then down. Now it seems like we have the localizer and those errors are gone, so we don't seem to have any maintenance faults or similar that we need to. Let me see, the gear looks fine. I think we left these ones all on. Not sure you need to. Let's keep them, I guess. Haven't seen anything on our weather radar either, so I guess that's fine. That's the best looking anti-aliasing though. I don't know what's happened with the anti-aliasing. It was very good actually, just maybe it's the NVIDIA patches or something that's messing it up. Okay, let's see. We're at 8,000, we should be at 7,300. And yeah, we'll be at that. We shouldn't have any problem reaching that. And then we need to get down to 3,864. Let's see, it seems to be some objects down here, but I do sense a lack of trees. So might be a bit of a flat approach. In these moments I really contemplate if it would just be better to keep land class. Specifically in Sweden and Finland, where there's not that many cities, but it's mostly, you know, trees. Doesn't look that much different, but oh well. I do really like though having the photoreal in the sense that you know, at the areas where there is autogen, it's just so much better. Okay, we should be turning soon. Anything else we need to be? And now the shadow looks pretty good here. Not too bad. Slowly descending to 3,000. I'm actually gonna go to slats.
Slats extended.
And then I think I can go to flaps 11. If I'm not wrong. Or is this gonna be flap 6 now? Takeoff. Yeah. I'm actually gonna change this to... Oh, sorry, wait. We need to completely change to stow. Like that, and then we should go to 11. Yeah, sorry about that, me fiddling a bit. We once again forgot the clock. We'll just put it on for the sake of putting it on. Let's see, here we have some trees, but they are covering the water. Okay. I do feel, since this is not freeware photoreal, that you should get a bit better, but oh well. We'll put on the nose lights just so we have that. This will be a visual approach. I'm just gonna let the aircraft get us aligned with everything, and then we can kind of take controls ourselves. And I'm gonna actually, for that reason, I'm gonna add back the yoke, so we do have all kind of inputs that we can get. Let's see, it'll be quite a tight turn here. Hopefully we're executing it nicely. I've guessed the... we're still on idle throttles. Let's see, ILS there. Just gonna wait a bit, please turn. Turn a bit more. We're a bit below the glide slope, but nothing crazy.
Altimeter is 299er tower on 122.05.
There's the
Norwegian
runway.
4003.
I'm gonna add the ILS.
Abbreviated briefing from your
Tower
current
Norwegian
position to
4003
Echo,
inbound
November,
for
Victor,
ILS
Alpha
approach
2,
runway
Echo,
28.
Sierra,
Oh, wait.
November, Sierra, no SIGMETs active for your route of flight, no AirMets active for your route of flight,
Is
current
this...
weather conditions,
sorry, guys.
Echo, Sierra, November,
I'm gonna
Sierra,
pause
wind
quickly.
259 at...
There we go, sorry guys. The problem was that the frequency... I hit some pause now. The problem was that the frequency through active sky for getting the 80s are the same frequency as we have now on our tower frequency. So we'll continue, but I just have to just have to fix that. So let's see. Gear is down, that's good. And I think we can start taking manual controls here. I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. Make sure we press the right buttons. Okay, let's see. We're getting a bit off our lateral guidance. I'll add a bit of thrust. I disconnected the 80s from active sky now since I rarely use it anyway. I guess it's nice for immersion purposes, but I mainly use the kind of what's it called? The text box, right, that you get. Norwegian 4003 established on final. Okay, we got landing clearance.
Norwegian 4003.
Let's see a bit. Where's the wind coming? We're getting a bit from the right, so we're gonna have to crab a bit to the left when we land. Okay, let's make sure we're a bit well or above the glide. This will increase our speed though, so let's push the throttles back a bit. I'll go to flaps full, so we are set up. I'll arm the auto brake, and then let's see. Okay, here we have some trees, so that's nice, and we have the city, so at least the landing isn't totally done in in relation to how do you say, flat ground. Okay, let's add a bit more speed, as we are gonna be leveling off a bit, and now we're a bit to the left. Now it's me ping-ponging with the ILS. It's quite a sturdy wind, or it's just me who's flying a bit rusty, or my flying skills are a bit rusty. Too used to the fancy aircraft with all their tools. And I mean, this is the fancy aircraft though, you know, you have most of the modern things, right? I guess the only thing lacking is the screens, right, covering everything. Okay, let's see now. We're a bit fast. I'm gonna throttle back a bit more. I'm just afraid that once we level off a bit, we're just gonna lose so much speed, but let's see. The poppies are 3. We should soon be at minimums. Shortly enough. Okay, let's see. We'll throttle back even more. 400. Okay, now we don't have that much wind, and now it's coming from From our left, continue. Okay, so we'll only have to crab slightly, if even that.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Two in reverse.
Okay. 2 in reverse. We'll go manual braking.
60 knots.
Disconnect the auto thrusts.
Reverse lights
The
out.
flaps. Look at that! My god, we did it! Damn. I always get happy when I land with this aircraft somewhat reasonably, even though it wasn't that much of a crosswind. Maybe the crab saved me. Look at those strong lights also, but they're really well implemented. Oh no, and then we have some weirdness here with the freeware one. Let's see, I always like to put on the start pump. I'm not sure you need it though. Maybe you don't need it. Let me see if... Can we start the APU without the start pump? No, you can't do that. I guess the normal pumps are sufficient at this stage. We can shut the landing lights. Go back to just the position. Norwegian 4003, ready to taxi. No gate available. Haters didn't want me here. We're just gonna we're just gonna park somewhere. Should be somewhere nice. Question is where. Let's see, the AP. I thought I disconnected that. Okay, let's see, we have APU, so I'll put that to on. Some system seems to be acting up. We can put on the APU air and I'll shut this air. Okay, there we go. Now we have the electrics back on. I'm just gonna park here at the first place. As you can see, it's a pretty nice freeware. I need to have a bit of a look through all my Swedish airports, a bit with the surrounding areas, and you know, if there's photoreal and if there's some imbalances in that regard. I've just noticed that to be the case. I have done quite a bit of that in other countries, such as, for example, Finland. Don't know why I haven't done it in Sweden. I'm usually very cautious in, you know, updating my airports to kind of match the surroundings. But oh well, oh well. Okay, we're doing a bit of a... Let me see, APU gen off. That must be because we still have the engines up and about. So I'm just gonna turn here. Gonna look a bit from the above so we just get a kind of nice parking. We should do it like that. Oh, okay, a bit above. Let's try the thrust reversers. Can they get us? Yeah, come on, baby. This is how we do it. Thrust reversing our way back. That was a perfect landing. Nothing wrong with that, right? Shutting engine 1 and 2, or right and left. I'll close pilot to ADC. And what else do we need to do? We need to go to pack X. Seatbelt signs are already off, so we can open a door, the first one, and that should be enough, and hopefully that gets the deboarding started. We end flight 59 landing rate. Wow. Okay, that was a good one. Not that landing rate is you usually don't want to land too smooth either. But hey, I'm gonna be happy with that. Let's do 360. So as you can see here, you know, here you have pretty good coverage with the with the photoreal. Not the best photoreal though, but sufficiently good. But then, yeah, there's some areas with not any coverage at all, which sucks. Interesting though that they got into houses though. I wonder how you get that. There must be some sort. You don't place it right manually. That would take forever, I would assume at least. Oh, look at that wing flex. That looks awful. But I'm guessing this is the replay mode, right? The replay mode isn't the best. But yeah, it's a very clean livery, this Norwegian one. Would have been a nice reality seeing Norwegian instead of going for modern Boeings. We just go for all these old, buying up all the MD-80s. That would be yeah, would be cool. It's always cool to think of what if, you know, what if they did this, what if they thought that. And just imagining, but yeah. Okay, let's see. So we're pretty good on the approach. I'm actually very pleased. I do them quite well when I'm stressed. Or when I want to, you know, do good with an aircraft. The exception being the Lockheed TriStar, which seems to be my Achilles heel. Okay, let's see. So we're coming down, but I do flare enough at the end. And we get down very nicely. I get the nose down. Starts to a bit fluctuate, or going to the right and then to the left. But we are handling it quite nicely. Not overreacting. And by doing that, we get a very nice landing. So yeah, with that, I just want to say thank you for watching. It was my pleasure. I'm now gonna go and follow the elections. And I guess some of you will as well. Or, once you're watching this, you probably have already seen what the results are, but I was unaware of them at the recording of this video. But yeah, if you have any questions about the McDonnell Douglas or any other questions about flight simming and related stuff, feel free to post a comment. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.